What's the difference between this and this? Hi, I'm Luke from Become a Bassist, and in this bass lesson we're going to go through 4 simple techniques you can use to sound like a top 1% bass improviser without needing blistering speed or knowing thousands of scales. Welcome to Become a Bassist, where it's all about insanely practical, no BS bass playing tips so you can play better bass and have more fun doing it. Now, the top 1% of bass players aren't just the best because they have the best techniques or know the most scales or licks or anything like that. I mean, sure, that stuff doesn't hurt, but the reason someone really connects with someone else's playing all has to do with emotion, right? And there's no instrument more emotional than the human voice. Now, I'm not suggesting you have to go and learn to sing with your voice, but you should absolutely learn to make your bass sing when you play. The more you can emulate a kind of singing voice when you play, the more you can turn heads, touch hearts, and just be 100% awesome. So right now, let's go through the 4 simple techniques you can use to make your bass sing, whether you're playing melodies or improvising. And to demonstrate everything, let's use the chorus melody from Michael Jackson's Human Nature. It looks and sounds like this. Let's see exactly how much more emotional and song-like we can make this. The first technique to make your bass sing is going to be bending. Now, when you think about the human voice, we have such an ability to play with all the notes in between the actual notes. And the best singers, they do this all the time. They bend into notes and slip and slide around, and it can feel incredible. Using bends on your bass can sound very much like you're singing. Just listen to any kind of blues guitarist. Actually, pretty much any guitarist, they love their bends. They're not quite as popular or common on bass, but we can still use them and they'll definitely grab and hold people's attention because you'll be singing through your bass. So where can we put one in this melody? So what about that first melody there? Oh, whole step bend there? That's probably going to be a little bit rough, so let's not do that. Keep going. That could work. What about here? Yeah, over that it's human, over human nature. That could be really cool, and it's a half step bend rather than a whole step, so it's going to be a little bit easier on your hands. So you could either do it like this. Pardon me. So just playing the note, bending up and back down, or you could pre-bend it. Yeah? So you bend up first and then come down. Either would work well, and pretty much all this will come down to your own personal preferences. I kind of like that one. But if you like something else, by all means, go for it. So that's your bends. The second device I want to share with you is the humble slide. This has a kind of similar-ish kind of effect as the bend, but it's a little less voice-like and probably a little bit easier on the hands. Now, with all these devices, it's very easy to overuse them, and it sounds weird when you do. For example, if you just slid into every note, it's going to sound like this. Yeah, this is super weird. It's also quite difficult to play accurately. You kind of end up sounding like Bob Dylan. That is human nature. Yeah, that's probably not what we're going for. Now, the same thing if we slid down into every note. It sounds like a super annoying bee buzzing around. Definitely not what we're looking for. So instead of going overboard and killing the effect, let's pick our places to do all these. I think we could use a slide into the first note. Yeah? Possibly from the first note to the second note as well. Although if it were me, I'd probably just pick one. Too many and you get that kind of Bob Dylan effect. Maybe the start of the next phrase could work too. That could work. And slide here. Yeah, now that works. I'm not sure about sliding down. Let's have a think. That's cool. Yeah, how about there, right on nature? That could be cool. So let's try that melody with those 2 slides in there. Oh, actually those 3 slides. So that one, this one here, Yeah, that's really cool. I really like how that feels. And then if you put a little bit of a vibrato on that note there, makes it even more voice-like. Technique number 3 of the 4 we're going to look at is hammer-ons and pull-offs. I'm sure you're familiar with this kind of technique. Now, where could we put hammers and pulls into this melody? We could hammer that second Y. That could work really well. One good place for a pull-off would be right here. Yeah, from the word tell to the word then. Man, that's really high. That gives us this. Hammer and then pull. Now, because this is mostly a descending melody, we actually have a ton of places we could put some pull-offs, but once again, too many is never a good thing. So we've really picked our spots here. Or maybe pull there as well. Maybe even there as well, but once again, you don't want to go too overboard, because then once again you could end up with that kind of Bob Dylan effect. But I kind of like that. Hammer there, pull off. That's really cool too. Alright, finally, the last technique to sing through your bass. This one's a bit of a kind of combination noodle. I don't know if it's got a proper name, but it looks like this. Yeah, now if you know the kind of official name for this kind of thing, leave a comment below. I want to know if it's actually a thing. Would you call it a trill? I'm not really sure. It's like sort of like a slide, and then with the pull off at the end. So it kind of has the same effect as a hammer or a pull, but it's less clean than as like a straight hammer or a pull off, but it kind of gives the same effect as a bend, but it's actually cleaner than a pitch-wise than a bend. Now, whatever it's called, the trick with this one is you need to already be on a note, and then you have to go back to that note before moving on. So in terms of where we could put this in the melody, you could put it in a few places, but the place that seems to make the most sense to me would be here. Probably there, right there. So you're kind of just scooping up right there, and then going back down. Really cool. So we started off with something like this. Yeah, which was fine, but now we have a ton of extra options we could have. We might have, yeah, something like that. We might have, something like that as well. Or there's, let's do one more. Let's do this. Yeah, there's so much variation in there, and you haven't even changed the notes or the rhythm of anything. All you've changed is how you're playing each note, how you are articulating each of these sounds. And how much of a difference does this make? The difference is massive and guaranteed to be more interesting to just kind of the average person on the street. You can use these techniques if you're playing melodies or improvising, but if you're improvising and you're not sure what notes to use, then all the tricks and techniques and hacks in the world won't help you sound any good. And if that does sound like you, then I have a video you need to check out. I call it the 0 scale approach to improvising, and you can watch it right here. It's a way of starting improvising without ever needing to learn a single scale. Combine this with the 4 techniques from this video, and you'll be unstoppable. So click on that video, I'll see you in there.